What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Once Upon a Time in Mexico, the sequel to Desperado, once again written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, starring Antonio Banderas, Johnny Depp, and Salma Hayek. This movie has an all-star cast, to be honest with you. Alright, so I'm going to try and make this review as short as I possibly can. So, the story of Once Upon a Time in Mexico is one that is extraordinarily convoluted. At times, it can be extremely hard to keep up with because there's just way too much story going on, and not only that, there's way too many subplots to keep track of, and way too many characters to keep track of. But overall, this character named Sands, who is a CIA operative played by Johnny Depp, recruits the Mariachi to kill this corrupt general named Marquez, who wants to overthrow the president of Mexico. While all the while, this particular general has also killed Catalina and their daughter. That's the overall basic plot of Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And like I said, this movie's got 6,000 other subplots going on that's really hard to keep track of, because you have this subplot with this drug cartel named Barrio, who's working with Marquez to take down the presidency. You also have this other subplot going on with what's the character's name? With this other character named Jorge Ramirez, who's working with Sand as well, who's coming out of retirement to tail Marquez. He's working with one of the inside men named Billy Chambers, played by Mickey Rourke. So yeah, this movie has a lot of moving parts to it. To Robert Rodriguez's credit, he does do an admirable job at trying to balance everything out and keep the story as coherent as possible. But there are times where it kind of falls apart, and certain characters kind of like get shafted a little bit. To me, this is more of a Johnny Depp movie than it is an Antonio Banderas movie. Pretty much, Banderas is largely in the background in his own movie, while Depp takes center stage. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a Johnny Depp fan, and I think he was really, really good in this movie. But again, this is a sequel to Desperado. I want to see the Mariachi. I don't want to see this new character Sans. But when it's not like the Mariachi is not in the movie at all. He is in the movie, but this movie is more focused on the Sans character than the Mariachi character. Is what I'm trying to get at. But again, performance-wise, I like Johnny Depp as Sans. I thought he was really, really funny. I like the character. I think it was very entertaining. Banderas as the Mariachi, he's always good. Salma Hayek her character is pretty much dead at the beginning of this movie, and she only appears in flashbacks. And I'm not particularly too thrilled about that, to be honest with you. I would not have had the character die before the start of the movie. I would have had her in the movie, having her and the Mariachi work together with Sans and developing their romance as a team. I thought that would have been pretty cool, but they killed her off, and it kind of just plays to the tragedy of the Mariachi character. Like, he can't have a loved one in his life because they're just gonna kill by somebody who's after him. So but this is supposed to be the third part of a trilogy. Now, the first movie is called El Mariachi. I've never seen it, so I can't really comment on it. But I think in his third movie, the Mariachi deserves to have a little bit of peace in his life. So let him keep the wife. I don't know why Rodriguez chose to do that. I understand he wants to continue the tragedy of it, but come on, after a while, it's going to get to a time where like this guy keeps losing people he loves. When's he going to do himself in? You know what I mean? So I think that was a little wasn't in my opinion, I do like the supporting cast in this movie though. Like this movie was my first real exposure to Mickey Rourke, and I liked him as Billy Chambers. I thought he was okay. He doesn't really do much, to be honest with you. He does work with this other character named Jorge Ramirez, played by Ruben Blades, and I liked the Ramirez character. I thought he was pretty cool. Willem Dafoe as the drug cartel Barrio. I like Willem Dafoe. I thought he was fine in the movie, though this movie does not have the main problem with this movie is that Marquez and Barrio, I don't feel like I get enough screen time with either of them for them to develop their villainous personas, because a lot of what's said to them is told to us through dialogue, and we don't really get a lot of action of them doing things to make them feel like a threatening presence. That's just me personally. I mean, they get scenes spliced in here and there, but we don't really get like extended scenes of that. That's just me personally. I'd like to see more of that, to be honest with you. Marco Leonardo and Enrique Iglesias, they played the new mariachis. And I liked them in the roles. I thought they were fine. I like Marco's character a little better. He plays like a drunk. I thought he was pretty funny. I would like to see more of them, to be honest with you, because they were not bad. They had decent chemistry. Um, in terms of the action sequences, I think the action sequences in this movie are much better handled. It's much more stylized, much more polished, and it looks and just in general, it looks great. This movie as a whole, from a production value, is very, very polished and it looks really, really good. This is a great looking movie. I love this. I love that the whole thing takes place in Mexico, and Rodriguez really gets a lot of the location. You get a lot of beautiful shots in this movie, and you have really good landscape shots as well. Like he really captured the sense that you're in Mexico. And when you get to the pretty much the third act of the movie, and the coup d'état happens, and the Mexicans are fighting the military, it's presented as grand and epic, and it is entertaining to watch. It's good stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I got that's pretty much all I got to say about Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Like overall, I like the movie. I enjoy it. I don't think it's better than Desperado by a long shot, but Once Upon a Time in Mexico does have its moments, and I do like it. So I think Desperado was a much better movie. The thing with this movie is that it tries to do so much, and to me it has a hard time trying to juggle everything. There's a lot of moments where it kind of stumbles, and but to Rodriguez's credit, he tries to keep everything in balance, and that's the best I can say about Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So overall, I'm gonna give this movie a solid. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Not because I think it's a bad movie, because it's not. It's a 7 out of 10 because it tries to juggle way too much, and in a lot of parts, it can be really hard to follow because Rodriguez is throwing so many characters and subplots at you. But overall, very good film, very entertaining. I like it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.